Good people, how's it going? It's your boy Frank with another DIY. Today I will be working on my Navara V9X where I want to build a skid plate. Stay tuned. So this is the OEM version of the skid plate, which only covers the radiator, but we still have to cover the sump and the transfer case. So what we are going to do is to do some measurements with this that we already have and start to draw a skid plate for us. As you may be seeing there, folks, that skid plate that I was mentioning only covers this portion of the car, and you guys can clearly see that we have the sump exposed, and my biggest concern is that oil cooler that sits over there, which I think it would be really catastrophic if we had a puncture in it. So my idea is to ensure that we can cover all of this, and also including the gearbox, to be safe during our rides. So let me go ahead and show you how we are going to do this. So to do that, hi Skyline, we do have this metal sheet that you guys are seeing over there. Is a 1.5 millimeter in terms of thickness, no, 1.6 millimeters of thickness, that we are going to use to actually draw our skid plate templates and ensure that we can fab our skid plates. So as I was saying, folks, you can definitely see that this one only covers a portion of the engine. At least we have the radiator protected. Of course, we still have to cover that space over there, which usually it has a cover, and it's to allow you to actually reach to your oil filter. So our main deal here is here at the back, where I will be taking up some measures, some measurements, and ensure that we can build our skid plates. So now I have the initial measurements, so I'll go ahead and cut the sheet so I can start to do the bendings. We do have all the measurements, the first measurements, and now we have to just cut it. I have the grinder ready, and we should be able to have our first plate. So we took some new measurements. So those sides I will have to cut, and here on those two I will have to bend in order to make the shape to actually receive that plate. So right now I just have the first two bends, as you guys are probably seeing there. And guys, it's looking wonderful. So now I have to start mocking up at the rear in order to do the same process, but it's coming way nice. Now we have also the rear bend, as you guys can see over there, and the front one. And in case you guys are wondering how I'm actually doing these bends, I'm just cutting a little bit or grinding off a little bit with the grinder, and then I use this piece of wood. I just lay down on the line that I want to do, and I start hammering until I have the shape that I'm looking to. We now have the first mock-up ready, as you guys can see right there. If you guys look, we have enough clearance to make sure that nothing rattles when fitted. So what we have to do now is to weld those bends that we actually did. I will just be using regular weld, and also weld the bolts on the back where that plate will be sitting. This is the final version. We just had to weld on the sections that we cut it in order to do the bends. This is the back side. We did the same. And this is how it came out. So let's go ahead and mount it on the car. As you guys can see here on the front, we have the OEM one that protects the radiator and have access to the oil filter. And here at the back, we have the one that we fabbed, which is holding pretty nice over there. You guys can see the gap right there for the diff, and Basically, we have, let me just show you the other side. We also have the oil sump, the sump, just right there, as you guys can see. Probably not touching anyways. You have the oil cooler protected. So yeah, we are just happy with the results. And we do have now the car protected, so sounds good. So another day. So right now we are just building the rear section, the one that will be sitting on the transmission and protecting the transmission and the shaft partially. So let me show you underneath the car. So from here you guys can see the one that we built the other day. So now the idea is to cover this section of the gearbox just right there. Just mocking up the rear section for the gearbox. As you guys can probably tell there, in terms of clearance, everything it's good. I'm happy. I just need to drill the real holes, as we already have the ones in the front. So yeah, we are making some good progress. I was just now cleaning up everything. So as you can see, also I did clean up the radiator shield, because this will also get paint. I also cleaned up the one that will be covering the gearbox, and Happy is just here helping us out. Joy also joined us right now, and we have Stick working with us here. Hi Stick.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So yeah folks, this is the final outcome of the shields. As you guys can probably tell, they're looking amazing. So now that they have dried up, what we have to do next is to install on the car and show you the final outcomes. But I'm liking the results. We managed to install our skid plate. As you can see, that's the one on the back, and we also have the plate just right on the back. Everything is looking very nice. The car is now protected, and I'm happy with the results. Let me just show you from this other side. This is the rear one, and of course you have the middle one. And yeah, everything is looking very good, at least from standpoint of protection. I was trying to see from up here, but we are good. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As you guys saw, we managed to add some good protection in our V9X, which it's important when you're off-roading, when you're going on some uneven roads, and will protect your vehicle. For this specific vehicle, it was important, at least from my point of view, to add it, because we have the oil cooler just nearby the sump, which any type of damage can be catastrophic. So I had to do this protection before I actually decide to go and do off-road on this vehicle, and I'm really happy with the results. So now it's time to enjoy the vehicle. If you did like the video, please do not forget to leave your comment, like and subscribe. I'll see you around.